Office sequel.
I'm so disappointed.
Wait.
But you didn't hear that from me. That's Dwight's opinion.
You don't like the paper?
No, it's so mid. It's so average, and it's first season, so I'll give it that. But I'm just sitting there. I'm just thinking about just how like effortlessly funny The Office was. I feel like when I was watching this show, it takes effort for me to laugh.
We gotta get deeper. We'll get deeper into this definitely, but I guess. In short, yes, the paper was definitely I just feel like it's so odd, the whole thing of it, but we gotta get into that deeper a little bit. Like, I don't really understand the whole idea that it's a sequel, but it's not, and it creates a lot of problems for this show. I feel like it has so much potential. It creates a lot of problems for the show, and I think we can go deeper into it, but overall, yes, paper is very underwhelming.
First season. Should I give that first season? But even like, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, anyway. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's not drag it on too long. Let's go ahead and get into the paper.
Yeah.
Let me start my stopwatch, by the way, because I try to keep track of our time, but I always start it. So
didn't we film for like almost 3 hours one time?
No. Our longest was like 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to go right into the paper, and well, we should ask Chewy what his opinions are on the paper since he wanted to insult Uncle Fester last week.
Yeah.
That's my uncle, damn it.
So, Chewy, what'd you think?
No.
Oh, come on, Chewy. Why not? Just give it a little bit,
This time it'll be better. We won't get into an argument. It doesn't have to go that far.
Well, every time I talk, it ends with you yelling at me. Yeah.
Okay, that's only because you have some,
like, interesting takes sometimes. Like, I don't know
obscenities. You say some obscenities.
Every time I'm so tired.
I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Obscenities.
Of course. You'll correct me on it later. You just make yourself look so smart. Look, my opinions are good. They're good critiques.
I mean, all opinions are valid. I mean, we can hear them. Let's go. Come on, tell us your opinions. Chewy, what's your opinions on the paper?
Just please, let your heart speak.
Okay, well, the paper is obviously better than The Office. Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Okay.
Yeah. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah.
We're just paying attention. I swear to God.
I swear to God, every time I come in this podcast. Look, the characters are more charming and clean their personality. The jokes are way funnier, and the world building is.
What?
Meow. You know what? I don't care. I don't. I think we're done here. I think I'm gonna go.
No. Well, I'm sorry. I should have said anything. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
we were
being rude.
I'm so sorry. I'm tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
No.
I'm really sorry.
She's just tired. She's tired.
You're doing the same thing I was.
No, I was not. I'm okay with Chewy's opinions because I support free speech.
The scream stable.
That's a lot of bull. Yeah. Okay. What? I don't care. I'm going to be leaving now.
You're right, Chewy. You're right. I mean, justice just doesn't respect you as a. I mean, Dwight doesn't respect you as your opinion stands. You're right, Chewy. I stand with you.
You know what? I'm going to go drink. Farewell, peasants!
I mean, at least as long as you're not doing catnip. I mean.
Well, okay. Well, that's Chewy's opinion.
We already deal with Otis's catnip addiction. I don't think I can deal with Chewy.
Otis is on a whole nother level.
We'll hear from Otis later.
Yeah, anyway, let's get into the paper. So, how do you want to get into this?
Okay, so first off, the directing. I feel like they're kind of doing what they want. Like, I'll say that I think the actors, like, there's a flow that's there. What do you think about, like, the writing?
Okay, so the directing, we just have plot. We have points here that we can kind of go to just as like a guiding point, but we can go anywhere. The directing is very similar to The Office. Obviously, they're trying to copy The Office, but there's been so many mockumentaries made after The Office, so it's not that like copying The Office is a bad thing, or even mockumentary on its own is still considered copying The Office. I think you can be a mockumentary and be your own thing successfully. I think St. Dennis Medical is a perfect example. We watched that recently, a very small portion of that season we watched, but even in those 5 episodes, I felt a lot more connected and intrigued, and felt like the cameras...
I knew the characters well, too.
Yeah, I felt like the cameras were being used in good ways. And, you know, this mockumentary is built like The Office, and I can't really remember St. Dennis Medical where if they were like hiding behind stuff and looking through blinds and stuff. I don't think they were, because there's kind of 2 different mockumentaries. There's the mockumentaries that
they don't really acknowledge
like
them.
The camera is there, like they're an actual documentary crew, and there's the ones that are like
Parks and Rec, where it doesn't even make any sense.
Parks and Rec is just the cameras are like just a medium for telling the story. Like the documentaries.
The interviews are the only things that acknowledge that they're
right. Like they're not actually doing these interviews. They're almost like a peek into. I don't know. They're confusing because there is no camera people there, like theoretically in Parks and Rec. But you know, and it is kind of confusing, to be honest. There has been other mockumentaries that came out of that's had like a merge of those 2 things. But I think Parks and Rec has been the one to go the furthest. That's been like there's no crew, and The Office obviously like actually addresses the crew and has them in episodes and stuff. So this one is definitely trying to ride closer to The Office, because it is, for one, it's leaving messages in from the producers. They at different times throughout the show are putting up messages from the producers. We are also seeing more like shots of like through blinds and like creative shots where, you know, the cameramen are blocked. They're not allowed to go into certain places because they're not allowed to film there. Or actually like the cameramen are a plot device themselves in the points where they're exposing that mattress store, and you know, the camera people in their footage is proof that those people were lying or whatever. So it is closer to The Office, but I don't really get anything from it. I don't know. No. It's very empty. And if we move on to the writing, I think the writing in this show
it's confusing sometimes.
Not great. I think the paper's writing it doesn't let me connect to the characters very well.
I have one big thing, one huge thing is, so at the end of the season, the whole thing about this show is that instead of a paper company, it's like this toilet paper company that kind of like also runs like an online article thing. This guy comes in and he's like, we're going to restore to like the old newspaper that was really popular, the Truth Teller. And he's like, no one here is journalists, but we're going to like make a newspaper. And there's some jokes throughout the season about them getting weird stories. And then at the end of the show, there's a whole award ceremony. I have no idea how they got to that point. It does not feel justified at all. Like the way they started, there was only 2 journalists. That's it. In that entire room. And somehow. And somehow they are just like in this award show, and they won all the awards that they were nominated for too. Which to me, it just doesn't feel like a reward. It doesn't feel justified at all. Like it still should not be doing that good. And the cliffhanger is, oh my God, the boss and the employee kissed. Never saw that coming. I never saw they were going to be in a relationship, even though they're teasing it the entire fucking season.
I think overall, well, in terms of that's more the plot. The next point. But, sorry. Yeah, the plot.
But you were talking about writing was weird, and I just brought it up.
The plot is very predictable, basically. I mean, I like the premise of the plot. I think the premise is fine, but it doesn't really give any kind of plot that feels any different than what we've seen before. And there's parts of the plot that they keep, like, for example, they have the sleepy black man in the office. And I actually thought that was
sleepy black man.
Well, it is.
He's like a mix between Creed and Stanley.
Right, but the fact is that they chose that the sleepy guy in the office was going to be a black guy.
But he's never been sleepy. He's been fully wide awake.
He was sleeping in the first couple episodes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just...
Now, he does like have this like dementia kind of thing going on too, but there was what I'm trying to say is I like that there is some points in the show where they're saying this can be an exact copy from The Office.
I don't want that though. That's the thing. That's weird.
But I like when they turn that on their heads, and then because so I don't know. I don't really know. The biggest issue with this show is that it's formulated itself to be a sequel with having Oscar in it. Mm-hmm. But it's also trying to be its own thing. And I honestly think this show was almost doomed from the start by that premise, because you putting Oscar in it makes it a more of a direct connect to The Office. So now what happens is every episode we are waiting for references to The Office, and we're waiting for, like, those are the peaks of enjoyment we get out of this, when Oscar just gets on the phone with Stanley, or he's referencing Michael, or it's just a scene with Oscar, and it's like, because we're craving The Office, and this is an Office sequel, but yet we're supposed to treat it like its own show.
Yeah.
But that's the...
It's like every you're like, oh. It's like that meme.
Right.
Like,
but this show is held up on crutches by the legacy of The Office.
I don't even get me started.
That was never a good idea in the first place, because mockumentaries can do well without being connected to The Office. And even if you said this is connected into the same universe as The Office, they said that with Parks and Rec when it first came out.
Which I don't understand why that meme, because Karen is the same actress as in there. So are you sure?
Yes, originally Parks and Rec was supposed to be a spinoff of The Office. They developed, obviously.
But then what was Karen doing? The same actress?
I think it was just a different character, but same actress. But like,
that's weird.
They quickly abandoned that idea. They quickly were saying they were separate.
Yeah, you want to know why it's a good thing they abandoned it? Just a quick thing.
But Parks and Rec was originally formulated as a sequel to The Office.
But you want to know why?
Running around coherent.
You want to know why I think that's better? Because, so The Office, when you rewatch The Office, what makes it so special is that it feels like all of these weird, strange people just kind of found each other in this office, and they're just special. They always run into these more straight-run characters who are just normal people. And it feels like in this normal world, you just have these strange characters that finally met each other in this really boring, dull office. But now when you expand the universe, and it just feels like the whole world is just filled with odd, weird people. I don't know. It just makes it...
I just think the whole premise from the show, and I honestly think this was...
Like, do you know what I mean?
This should have been able to be seen from the beginning. I think this was a very clear issue that was going to arise, and I thought they would have known that. Like, because you're going to know if you're... Like, this is a direct...
Well, yeah, the whole
spin-off of The Office. The logo is the same font.
Yeah.
It's lowercase. It's The Office. The paper.
Yeah.
It has a very similar intro and very similar intro song in terms of like the
I don't think it's confusing. I don't think it's confusing as to what it is. I think it literally, you know what it is, though.
Yeah, it literally opens up with Vance Refrigeration and The Office and saying this is the old Office. Now we're transitioning to a new thing.
It's not, that part's not confusing. That's whatever.
No, it's not that it's confusing. It's the fact that it's confusing that they knew that they were going to cradle this and crutch this off The Office that hard, but didn't find a way to flip it on its head and make it more interesting. Because what you need to do in that case, if you're going to crutch it off of something else... People come in with
expectations, too.
Right. Yeah. You need to somehow break those expectations in a good way and be like, this is a different show. This is something different. And what I got from this is it honestly didn't feel like anything different, and it just kind of felt like nothing really. I never got anything from it.
No.
I think the plot is
I think it's a good plot, but they just wasted it. I think it is really fun to imagine a newspaper. It's a good premise. Because I am interested in journalism. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go take a minor in journalism. And like, I care about this premise. I think it's a really fun idea. Imagining like this group of people that have no idea how to actually make articles, trying to make this newspaper. And I think it would be interesting if people liked it because it wasn't that good. And then the two journalists trying to like, because funny enough, today in this world, stuff that isn't that high quality actually can get more popular today because people like bad things.
Right.
Like, even people believe companies will intentionally make something shitty and crappy because people will talk about it more than if they made a high quality thing.
Yeah.
So I think it would be more fun if maybe they like played off of that, where like the article was shitty and then we have two real people that actually care about journalism trying to like struggle with that.
That would have been cool.
And, like, that would have been a good balance. But no, it just goes perfectly. It just goes so smoothly. So far.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some roadblocks with two really fucking annoying characters that pissed me off so much. Esmeralda, there was a lot of moments where I really liked you, and I thought you were really funny. But
Esmeralda is basically this show's Michael Scott. Definitely.
Kind of.
Like, she's definitely this, because she's the one saying the quotes. She's the one doing stupid stuff.
But she's embarrassing herself. She cares about them, though. That's a thing, too.
There's nothing in this season, but granted, and this is what I'm going to do later, is I'm going to compare this to the first 10 episodes of The Office. Yeah. Because in the first 6 episodes of The Office, even beginning of season 2,
that's the thing.
People did not like Michael.
No,
they hated Michael.
His outfit, he was like a sleaze. Right. He was like a creep. He was just kind of racist and sexist.
I can't completely judge it based on like the whole arc of Michael, but I will judge it based off of the first 10 episodes of The Office, and I do think, spoiler alert, that the first 10 episodes of The Office goes way above and beyond what this. It's
funnier, I think.
It's not only funnier, but just the character writing is better.
Also, I mean, it's different because it was like a new thing, too. It was like different than...
Yeah, I guess, but...
There was mockumentaries, but like for America,
but it can still be done, because St. Denis Medical really impressed me in terms of they were able to introduce characters in this mockumentary format, and I liked them. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
And I
knew immediately what their characters were.
That actually broke my expectations on mockumentaries.
And they didn't feel like a copycat of other characters.
No.
And I knew exactly who they were, and they were enjoyable. Right. It wasn't as funny as The Office.
Right.
But like, I'm watching, I'm like, this has potential to get like really good. I even watched, what was it, The Superstore? You haven't seen it. I watched the first few episodes, and I knew exactly what the characters were.
Right.
And it was really funny.
Parks and Rec starts really slow too.
Yeah, but you still know who the characters are too.
Parks and Rec starts very similar in a way to The Office, where it's very boring. It's very monotone, and like it's just day-to-day office stuff, and like them just trying to have some fun within that. And that's what's like beautiful about the first Office season and second season, really, and starting kind of part of the third, and eventually The Office divulges into like just more like there's this good mix in The Office that we can talk about in like the mid seasons, where I feel like it was the greatest mix of, this is just an office and these people are just working there. But there's these like really funny, outlandish stuff that happen because these characters are hilarious. And Parks and Rec has that progression as well, but Parks and Rec kind of goes way further in a more satirical way, like a satire way of like, if this is a complete like almost like spoof of American politics is what it became. And you know, I actually like Parks and Rec. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but they ended up going a really different direction from The Office.
Very, very cartoony too.
Very cartoony, very exaggerated.
Which honestly,
humor.
I could say The Office went way cartoony, like way later. Like way later.
I actually think The Office did the same thing, of not as far as Parks and Rec, but they started to in 8 and 9.
Yeah, but Parks and Rec was like, it became silly really quickly, and then like it was its thing.
Yeah, Parks and Rec developed its thing by the end of season 2, and it was kind of going on. But seasons 1 and 2 were very similar to the way The Office's tone was.
Yeah, because they were like going off the UK Office. And they were trying to like copy them exactly. I think even his hair was the same.
Parks and Rec was trying to copy The Office until they kind of found their niche in like doing this weird like just city town stuff, and like they ended up just making like characters, and it was more about like there's these characters in this town, and they're all so different and wacky, and they all interact with each other. Like I love Parks and Rec.
Yeah, it's also more, again, they are kind of making a commentary on American politics and how like stupid and ridiculous it can be sometimes.
Eventually, that's what they kind of divulge into. Especially with Leslie when she runs for office and stuff.
Yeah, but this show, I don't know what it wants me to take from it. I don't know exactly all the characters. Sometimes the characters reacted to things or I just didn't expect it. Like, I don't know if I could explain fully every character's personality very quickly. I feel like for shows that we're getting introduced to that are new, especially, not even just new, but a new show that's based off of one of the most loved shows of all time, I should get a really quick hold of these characters, who they are, like what I like about them, what I dislike about them, their flaws, their values.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I really think about it, The Office, the first season of The Office is kind of like that too. A little bit, with more of the background characters, but the main characters are very, I think, solid. Like,
I don't know. I'll go into that when we compare them.
Okay.
But I think we should do a whole segment on comparing them. But let's just go through the paper. Generally, we both agree the plot was kind of wasted and predictable, and also just kind of boring by the end. But it had a good premise. It had a good start. The writing, we pretty much agree that the character writing was not very consistent. Not really that it wasn't consistent, but it didn't make us connected to the characters, right?
No, Ned's kind of growing on me, but even sometimes some stuff he does I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
he's not consistent.
No, because
throughout the
like
season, I was kind of confused. Like, they're trying to make
like he's kind of like a brat. He doesn't like being criticized.
They trying to make him like,
but like,
I don't know.
But also he's really competent. But also he's like a really good public speaker. But sometimes he's not too. Maybe I just feel
he's
dumb.
also so weird. Like
he's kind of weird.
But like I don't know.
But he's supposed to be a rich kid.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, and that's the problem. I don't really get all these characters.
Really quick.
Other than Esmeralda, I do kind of understand her character pretty well.
That's probably why, even though I can't fucking stand her sometimes, if I look at her as a character, I probably enjoy her.
She's probably the standout of the show so far, because even though she is, she has her issues, obviously, she does stay consistent to her character, and I could see where they could develop her in the future too. Like, this is the first 10 episodes, you know, any character in the first 10 episodes is going to be where they start in the story, and her character could evolve into whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like right now, it seems like she doesn't, because Michael, it's like you can tell he really cares about their feeling and he wants their validation, and he seems to actually care for his employees while being very self-centered. And with her, it just feels like she doesn't really give a shit about them that much. She's kind of insults them the whole time, but she also wants to be loved and adored too. Like, she cares about having the spotlight. I was just thinking, like, I'm wondering what their personality is going to be, because Michael went from kind of a sleazebag who was sexist and racist to not really a sleazebag, but kind of a sad child who wants everyone to be loved while also being a little bit sexist.
But they
and racist.
slowly took that stuff out, because he never stopped. He never had this character arc of he just learned not to be sexist and racist. They just took out more of that stuff because they wanted you to feel more.
Well, they just showed him also being more caring towards them,
right? But they specifically engineered it where we didn't see as much of that like asshole stuff that we saw in the first season, because people didn't like him in the first season. They noticed the reaction to him and they changed it by the second season.
Yeah, especially this boss character too. Right. Like, people typically get bosses.
Esmeralda, I agree. I think she's the only character that has any kind of consistency in the show. I
kind of liked her after I saw like her being with her son, because that kind of gave a different layer to her character, and I kind of like seeing she got catfished too, like humanized her. I didn't feel bad for her at all. But I'm telling you, again, as someone who wants to get into journalism, seeing that woman go up on stage and faint to interrupt his speech made me so mad. I just wanted to hear Ned's speech. And when she fainted, it just like, I just know people who are like her, where they just will do anything to get attention on them. And it's just like, it just pissed me off. And don't even get me fucking started on Ted. I hate Ted. Ned? It's Ted, isn't it? Whatever the fuck, that British fuck. I can't fucking stand him. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. And I don't know what was Nicole's plan? She like, when she went up to take his apology,
Ken.
Ken?
Ken.
See, I didn't get his name because I don't fucking care about him. But also, I do.
So Ken is this British, like he's the boss of the toilet paper side of the office. Basically, he's kind of the head of the softies part. Which that whole concept's really cool. That they have this like toilet paper on the one side and the newspaper on the other side. It's a neat little.
It's funny to like see the other people react.
Right.
To...
Ken is basically trying to like screw everything up the whole season. He's like kind of like the British Michael Scott from the original Office in a way, in kind of the way he acts.
I've never seen the original. I've only heard things about it.
I haven't seen it either, but I've seen just the way he's acted in certain clips. Like it definitely seems like they're trying to kind of imitate that.
But he's so unlikable, and he's kind of creepy.
He's very unlikable. There's nothing really redeeming about him yet.
And also, I don't know what Nicole was trying to do. Remember when she was like, it seemed like she set it up so that she would be the one to do the apology on television. But I thought she was going to sabotage him in some way, unless I missed something, because I thought she was going to say something on air. But it seems like she handled it really well, and the boss was like really happy with her.
No, I don't know. I mean,
I like Nicole. I like Nicole too.
Nicole is the
she's like
the Asian woman in the office. She
yes, that's what we know her as.
That's the best way to describe her to viewers who don't know her name. She's more the timid one, but she also basically has this relationship with.
But she's not really timid though. She is, but like she also is like she's bold in her vengeance.
Right. She gets in this kind of like situationship with this Detrick character, which he's all right. I mean, they're kind of just all right.
That's the thing is like
they get into this situationship and he wants to be with her, but she acts like she just wants him to go around and be with other people. And then by the end of the season, in the finale, it's revealed that when he breaks up with her because she doesn't want to be in a relationship,
but they weren't actually broken up.
But she was actually upset about that, so she definitely.
I don't think she was upset about.
She obviously has some kind of commitment issues.
Yeah, no, but I don't think she was upset about him sleeping with other women. I think she really doesn't care. I think she's upset that now he's just not going to be with her at all. And yeah, she probably that she does have commitment issues because she's probably scared of something. Right. We don't know yet. But I don't think it was the fact that he was with other women because she slept with other guys. I think it was. Yeah,
I think her character and his character are good starts for whatever they want to do. I don't think. I think it's a little different, and that's fine.
He's kind of a sweetheart too. I think he's kind of a sweetheart.
So we went over Esmeralda, Oscar in this show.
I like Oscar.
I think Oscar stays pretty true to his character, except I wish we would have maybe gotten just a little bit more insight onto how he got from.
Yeah, because he was like a politician.
He was going to try to run for political office at the end of The Office,
and he doesn't say anything about it.
It's interesting. It's like he doesn't really reference anything other than just like small little things.
He just feels like the Easter egg for the audience.
Right. He's just there as like, watch this show because it's The Office.
Like when they say Oscar, it feels so unnatural.
I just can't imagine that this show is a better idea than just doing an Office reunion.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, because to me, if they're like I said, if they're going to do an Office reunion, they need to do it soon. Like all the actors are still alive.
Creed looks better than ever.
Yeah, they still all love the show. They're all in good standing in the public eye. Like that's very rare that the whole cast can stay, free of assault allegations and stuff. Like they are all very good.
They didn't
and they're
beat
all
any of
very
their
well
loved
received.
ones.
Like I understand you're worried about messing up the legacy of The Office, but this honestly isn't even the way to do it either. This screws things up too.
Well, we met Rainn Wilson, right? That's his name. Mm-hmm. And didn't he say that he wanted to do like a...
Most of them agree they want to do it as long as they see it's a good script.
But he said he doesn't understand why they're not. I think he mentioned that.
As long as it's a good script, most of them have said that they would come back. And some of them are bigger actors. John Krasinski is a way bigger actor than he used to be. Like he is, out there a lot
Michael
more.
Michael Scott.
I mean, Steve Carell would come back though. I mean, Steve Carell was made big from The Office. I mean, John Krasinski got big from The Office, but he's also had a lot of big stuff recently too. But they've all agreed to do this. Mm-hmm. None of them are completely against it. And I'm not saying bring The Office back for a full series, but why not a reunion movie or a 5-episode reunion mini series? Mm-hmm. Like just something like let us just experience it one last time before they all pass away, because I feel like it would work. And if they bring all the old writers back, I feel like they could do it. But instead, and they've always said the reason we don't do it is because it could mess up the legacy. It could screw everything up. But then you go and make this show and make it this weird half sequel where Oscar is a part of it, and you're kind of just muddling the whole line between sequel and cash grab almost. Like it kind of is offensive in a way that they're just kind of like using Oscar to just get us into the show, but it's not a sequel, and it's not even good on its own to be its own thing. Like, that's kind of the issue I have with this show.
It just, sometimes when he's on screen, it just feels like it's them being like, oh, did you hear that? He's talking to Stanley. Which it was kind of cute, like him making the crossword puzzle for him or whatever, like seeing they're still in touch, but it still just felt kind of cheap.
So the whole season focuses mainly on Ned's and Mare's relationship. Mare is the girl's name. I don't have quite a grip on either of their characters.
Mare, I kind of
get it, but they both feel not super interesting.
Like,
and
that's
honestly,
what I'm saying,
honestly, Ned's character, he does have some good moments in the season, but there was also a lot of moments where I felt the joke went way too far.
Or the joke was just not good, and I don't understand what they meant.
Yeah. Like the episode, we have to move on here soon, but the episode with, they're testing all these products, and Ned, for some reason, stuffs and tries all the products on himself, and like drinks a bottle of pills, and like does all this stuff to like prove a point. And it's like, but everyone's already reacted to it. It's supposed to be funny, but it's kind of like, is it funny though? Like it's really not funny.
It's like, I don't understand the purpose. Like it just feels dumb.
The writers are like trying to be outlandish because they're like, oh, this will be so funny if he does this. But it's like, but I don't even
understand. He wants to test all these products to, he referenced Wirecutter. I don't know what that is. So maybe it has something to do with that. But he references like trying to test all these products out for this report. And like, what do these products actually result in? Everyone already reacts to the products though. Mm-hmm. Like they just don't want to do it for 24 hours, but like someone's already throwing up, someone's already having like pain in their jaw, like people are already reacting to it. Oscar's in an amount of pain, so it's all there. Like the results are there to look at. I don't understand why he has to do it for 24 hours. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Like sometimes I feel like I'm saying something, and then someone in the TikTok comments will be like, "You fucking idiot! Did you not hear this one line at 18 seconds into the episode?"
Okay, in general, what do you think about the performances, though? Do you think everybody portrayed their characters well?
They're good. They're just not that funny.
I think everybody portrayed the script that was there well, but like I don't think the written...
Steve Carell is just fucking effortlessly funny. Like his line deliveries, it is true. Like I think they did the bare minimum. Ryan Wilson,
but there is certain actors who can take probably any of these lines and elevate them, and that's on the writers though first.
Yeah, also the directing.
It's on the writers and it's on the directing first. But there is some actors that could take this script and probably blow people away with it, because you never know. Like, and also the Office has a lot of improv too. That's another thing too. Right.
That's a lot of the stuff that I think
everybody did an okay job though, generally.
Because they're all good actors.
Comedy wise, was there any jokes that really made you laugh?
Esmeralda made me laugh a few times. That's why I think I like she pisses me off, but she also made me like, what was the thing where she wanted to kill the child? Oh, some child calls her like 51 and she like loses it, and she's like, we'll find him and we'll break his legs or something like that, and he's like, no. But I like that was funny. So she made me laugh a few times.
And the episode with her, like with the catfish episode, that was funny too.
Yeah, I didn't feel bad for her at all.
No, but she was funny.
I'm like, keep sending him money, keep sending, that's what you want to do. She's very pretty.
Yeah,
Esmeralda's very pretty.
And she also did the break dance in the one episode, and that was funny too.
Oh yeah. Esmeralda's really pretty. The actress she's gorgeous.
That's pretty much it for the paper. So overall I think it was a pretty big letdown. I think it succumbed to the issues that I was hoping it wouldn't succumb to. So I'm very disappointed in it. I was hoping it would be better, and I feel like it just met my expectations of mediocre.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, give us your thoughts. What did you guys think of the paper?
If you liked it, because like I don't think it's bad. I just think compared like what it's coming up to,
right, and it could be good on its own, but they shoehorned it and crutched it onto The Office so hard that you have to interpret this as a sequel to The Office. Like, you cannot look at this show and say it's its own show. Like, they literally started off talking about The Office and going off of that. They are crutching the whole show on it off a nostalgia bait. And
also, don't forget, we got to remember too, it's first season. That's why I just have to keep telling myself it's first season.
I agree. It could get better. You never know. And they could restructure. They could see the bad. You know, I actually haven't looked at people's reactions, but I assume it's not good. Especially with sequels to things.
Especially with how much people love The Office.
If I don't like it, and I'm usually pretty open to this stuff, I'm assuming other people online, there's video essays up already, probably. I will be open to a second season. I will watch a second season. It was interesting enough for me to give it a chance on a second season. I think it should get a second season. I think most comedy shows should not be canceled at season 1. Comedy shows need to find their ground.
Yeah.
Characters.
Let the actors also like get.
Actors need to get into their characters, find their niche, find their specialty. Sometimes characters change completely from first season. Andy in Parks and Rec was a dumb boyfriend who was just this like lazy boyfriend, and he turned into this completely wildly different character by end of season 2. Like we can see, or even Parks and Rec, for example, at the end of season 2, they got rid of the one guy who was not that interesting of a character because nobody liked him. He was not interesting, and they brought in Chris and what's his name? Leslie Wyatt. Ben. Yeah, Ben
How
Wyatt.
Did I remember
Ben
the
Wyatt.
name and you did
Leslie,
it? That never happens.
Yeah, bring in Chris and Ben, arguably, that's when the real Parks and Rec show really starts.
Yeah.
Like, that's when the show actually begins in an interesting way, is in season 3 of Parks and Rec. Like, and I think 3 on is perfect, but seasons 1 and 2 are kind of just getting the footing of all those characters before that. So yeah, there's definitely room to grow. There's definitely, I can have optimism for it, but I do worry that it's crutched itself too hard on The Office, where now for the rest of the series, I'm going to wonder, are we going to see a cameo? Is Oscar going to go home and see people, or is he going to continually have these phone calls and reference people? And
are they going to bring someone on and pay them like hardly anything?
I don't know.
Are they going to bring someone on and they're only talking really?
And I'm going to be expecting that every episode and looking out for it might dampen my view of the show. And Parks and Rec, you never had to worry about that. You knew it wasn't going to happen. And even if it did, it would be a wild surprise if it happened. But you didn't think it was going to happen. Anyway, The Office versus The Paper.
Office.
Before we go, should we do that before we go through The Office? I mean, it's fine. Because I think we can talk more about The Paper in ways of The Office. So I'm judging this more off the first 10 episodes of The Office. And for example, The Office season 2, first season had 6 episodes. So this is considering up to The Office season 2 episode 4 from the beginning, which is the fire episode.
Oh my God.
So by the time of the fire episode where Ryan burns the pita in the toaster oven, and we also have already had the Office Olympics when they're all in the office doing fun stuff. We have Todd Packer's already came in.
There's a good example of a character who's such an asshole.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
We've already had the Dundies happen, which is a huge episode. We've already had Diversity Day, the basketball episode.
Oh God!
Like, to me, like, The Office, even in its first 10 episodes, was hitting out these comedic hits that were so good. Like, every episode, there was something so funny about them.
Like, that one fucking joke where he, like, gets right through the basketball and it completely misses made me laugh harder than any single joke in the entire season.
Yeah, and by the way, I am not blinded by nostalgia with The Office, because I watched The Office in 2020 and 2021 when, like,
a lot of other people.
Like, I didn't watch it when I was growing up, and, like, I have this nostalgia towards the characters.
And it's not the best season. It's probably I wouldn't argue it's the worst anymore.
Season 1 isn't, like, anything extraordinary, but the fact is, it sets in those characters. We get connected to Jim and Pam and Roy, that love triangle. We get connected into all of that very quickly. We get an idea of who Michael is as a person, just in general. He's just this narcissistic man who is a boss and he wants people's attention. We know that from the first season. We don't know all the deeper stuff, but we know that.
I argue Esmeralda's probably the most fleshed out.
Yeah, I mean, even Dwight, we just get an idea of who he is, and he's this beet farmer, and he's weird, and he's a nerd, and he
gets bullied by Jim.
And Jim bullies him, and it's funny, like, and you know.
Sometimes you go a little too far, Jim. Jim, sometimes you go a little too far.
Right.
Okay, sometimes you're mean. I'm just trying to do my job and like my things, and you just gotta fucking bully me. You put my stapler in a thing of Jell-O.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? How much time did you spend doing that?
I'm sorry, a long time. Season 1 of The Office, though, is very different. And honestly, it's similar to Parks and Rec, like I was saying, where it's very boring. It's very empty space and just listening to office phones ring and typing and just very dull conversations to each other, just talking. And I feel like this show tried to imitate that in like the first episode, and then they quickly just went into normal like sitcom. And I would have liked maybe if they tried to imitate that more, because that was what dragged us into The Office so easy. Because through season 1 and 2 of The Office, it's very much that dull tone, and it's just very dull. It's very, you know, like we're just talking to each other, like we just work together, and it makes it feel so real.
Here's the thing too:
connecting.
The Office cast feels more like coworkers. They just feel more like coworkers.
This feels like they're trying to make characters. Like like there was people in Office season 1 who were part of The Office who didn't talk that season. There was, you know, Stanley maybe had one line the entire season. Angela had such a little part. You know, like they try to give everybody a part in this season because that's the way we do it now. But in The Office, they were literally filming off of like no money. They only had a couple characters casted as main characters. Angela and Oscar and Creed and Meredith and Phyllis, they were all like just people that were their names.
Oh, fucking Kelly was the biggest change.
Yeah, it's their names. And a lot of the actors are writers on the show because they literally did not have a huge cast like ready to go on those first episodes. They were literally just putting in crew members to be on the set. Like Phyllis was a crew member of The Office, like working on stuff, and she was put in. Kelly was a writer. She was put in. Ryan was a writer.
Phyllis was like was she an actress at all before then, or was that what set up her acting career?
Did Phyllis...
I never heard of that.
Yeah, Phyllis wasn't like... Before... Casted... Yeah, she was hired as a casting associate. She was part of the casting team. She was actually like part of...
So she helped with hiring actors?
She was assistant casting director for the show.
Okay, so
While helping actors auditions, she would read lines with them, and they found her reading so compelling they decided to create the full role of Phyllis Lappin for her, and she was act in the show. And so, you know, a lot of the writers end up being in this thing. Toby is a writer, Ryan is a writer. You know, it was a team effort of just people coming together and making this thing, and it was at its heart about Jim, Dwight, Pam, and Michael. And that's what they focused on in the first season the most. And all these other characters kind of just got like normal coworker treatment. They were just on the sides and had little moments, but they were just on the sides. And it wasn't until season 2 and season 3 that we really started to delve into those characters. And I kind of like that in a way that's the way The Office started off. It felt like it wasn't forced. Like, I don't know, like it feels like this, and I don't know if it's even a way where you can bring that back again. Really? That feeling, like, because if this show opened up that way, maybe I wouldn't have liked it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said earlier about like nothing's ever been done. Like the Office just feels so unique.
It was pioneering the whole idea, really. I mean, definitely.
I mean, the British people took it first.
Pioneering dry humor in like just reality, and that's what was so good about it. And this show already is trying to go to those fantastical limits of having him try all these drugs, or him immediately standing on the table to make him seem wacky and outlandish. And it's like, and having Esmeralda be this I don't know. It just feels like sometimes they're trying too hard, and it's so hard to ride that line. I agree. Like, as a writer, it's so hard to ride that line. But the fact is, you made this a direct sequel to The Office. You are going to have to answer that question of how do I differ myself? And you did not. You failed.
Yeah. You failed. We're not writers. We've never worked on a television show, but we think we could do better than you, and you suck.
So overall, The Office in its first 10 episodes did miles more than this season did in 10 episodes. I felt way more connected to the characters. I mean, you gotta imagine in the 7th episode of that whole sequence, Jim and Pam kiss for the first time at the Chili's, and you feel that when they kiss at Chili's. Like, that's not just like
oh shit.
That's not like Ned and her kissing at the end of this season.
Like, that was shocking.
That was like, ooh, that's bad. That's not good. Like, you're thinking about it. You're more invested in the characters.
But then also you're like, you kind of want them to kiss though.
Right.
With these people, I don't really care that much. Like, their romance, I'm like, whatever. They're kind of cute with each other. Like, their chemistry, I think their chemistry is there. But it just doesn't feel like, I don't know, Jim and Pam just like remind you of just like when you just first fall in love with somebody. Like, it's that type of romance. Like, you just feel that spark.
And the environment is so dull that you get dragged into, like, you get pulled into their relationship.
It just feels like someone you fall in love with really at a job. It just feels like they're,
they
feel like a real couple.
Yeah.
Because we met at a Burger King.
We did. So we have had this experience.
Yeah, we had the Jim and Pam experience. Except I wasn't engaged to anybody. So Drake was.
Well, I had a gay man chasing after me at the same time. So we had that love triangle thing.
That actually is true. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Shouldn't have called him out by name, but
your friend, your bestie.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
Should have doxed him. We could bleep that out, maybe.
Yeah, we will. We'll just go beep.
Anyway, so we're going to go into The Office, talk about The Office for a little bit, just in general. Like, we can't go in deep in depth, but we can just talk about it. What we love about it, what we don't like about it. Oh, what did you like about the paper, real quick?
Oh, I like what they're doing. Esmeralda ticks me off, but I like what they're doing so far. I think the storyline's very intriguing. I think the set is pretty. I think
the premise is good. The ideas are good.
I like the boss. I actually like him.
Marv.
I actually like Marv. He's like a sweet Joe Biden.
I think Ken Davies has a potential where he could be good.
Yeah, I can see. I know Ken's character. That's something, but I don't like him.
Right. Something could be going on with him.
Like, you need to make a character who's kind of a creep and a horrible person and make him funny.
Right.
Like, he can't not be funny. Then he's just annoying. Like, I don't like watching him.
Esmeralda definitely has the biggest potential to lead this show. Ned has potential, but they need to get his character down solid because I can't really pinpoint who he is.
I know what they're trying to do with Esmeralda. They're trying to make it like a Toby situation. But at the same time, like, Michael was so fucking funny. And also, you don't really see Toby that much, too. But you're making the main character this other...
Yeah, but Ned doesn't really dislike Esmeralda that much. Like, he kind of does, but he doesn't like...
No, I'm saying Esmeralda is Michael. And
I guess
that's what they're trying, like, how much she hated him.
I guess, but
I mean, they kind of moved past it because, like, he helped her with the catfishing thing. But
I think overall the character relationships are there to be built on. I think the side characters were good enough for what they needed to be. I do think the premise is good, and I think they can go somewhere with it. But they really got to flip it on its head and do something interesting in the second season. Definitely.
You're right.
Okay, this is Drake's big fucking board of TV series as a whole. We're going to do the paper first because there's only one season, so you're going to get revealed on the season one. So we're going to do this one first, okay?
I don't even want to tell you how many boards he has.
Okay.
You don't want to know.
We're ranking the paper on Drake's big fucking board. Is it better than Wednesday?
Yes.
Is it? This is hard because
only because I have something I'm waiting for potential.
Because
and Wednesday as a whole is like kind of complete. I mean, there's gonna be a next season, but
Wednesday, the reason it's even in C tier, because I honestly consider it D tier, is honestly the performances. The performances of certain actors in certain roles.
I think the paper has more potential. That's the thing. So I would rank it high. I put it in B.
But I'm not ranking off potential. I'm ranking off of what this season was.
I do high C.
High C?
Yeah, because it's C, because it's like, but like, there's stuff there. It's not bad. Like, D is like kind of bad. F is terrible.
Yeah, D is more bad than, like, there's more negatives than
I think it's higher than Wednesday because Wednesday has had its time to go through. And watching the Addams Family, the original movie, fucking awful for the Addams Family. That should not have been Addams Family
I agree.
show.
I'm going to put it right above Wednesday.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I was going to say low C's.
I saw a video say that they think that plot for that show was for an entirely different show, and they just smacked Addams Family on it to get attention for it.
I do think the paper is meh. It's literally the definition of average right now.
Yeah. But it could
definition of missed opportunities. It's not outright offensive though, or anything, and it doesn't have. I wouldn't say it's more bad than good, because that's where kind of D falls, like where the negatives outweigh a little bit over the goods, and I don't think that. I just think it's average, and that is where C is. That is what C is average on my ranking.